Listen, part of why I own a small piece of Bitcoin is I do think there are more people that are going to enter that fray over time. We have a very moderate position in our portfolio. I like assets that, quite frankly, are volatile, that have upside convexity. And I could see Bitcoin like it's done. I could see it go up significantly.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe because you're interested in making money with cryptocurrency, and this channel keeps you informed. My name's Austin. Join us on our road to 1 million. We are so close, and let's jump in. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the latest news involving Bitcoin, involving Chainlink, Decentraland, XRP, and much more. Like always, check the timestamps down below in the video description, starting with our top story. Blackrock, the largest asset manager in the world, is reaffirming their bullish stance on Bitcoin. Rick Ryder is skeptical yet bullish, saying that while he doesn't see Bitcoin as an uncorrelated asset, it's too volatile, he is still a BTC hodler because he still sees tremendous upside. Watch this.
Rick, you have been a proponent of crypto, I think, within the firm, probably more so than many others. Where do you see that now? We talked about what El Salvador did this week, but it speaks to all of the issues that you're dealing with here, which is what are real rates? What's the value of money?
So that's a tricky subject. So first of all, I'll say the first thing I will say on crypto, people describe it as a hedge or an alternative. I'm not sure it's a really great hedge. I mean, the correlation to equities, the correlation to risk assets, I'm not sure it's a great hedge. By the way, when an asset moves 10 to 15% a day, really hard to hedge big organic asset pools with that as a hedge. Is it an alternative currency? Listen, I've said it with you, Andrew. Listen, part of why I own a small piece of Bitcoin is I do think there are more people that are going to enter that fray over time. We have a very moderate position in our portfolio. I like assets that, quite frankly, are volatile, that have upside convexity. And I could see Bitcoin like it's done. I could see it go up significantly. But listen, I think it's volatile. I don't think it's a core asset class like bonds are or like stocks are. But I think it's, to have a bit as more of a speculative tool in a portfolio. Yeah, I think there's some value to that.
So Rick is saying that, yes, it's risky to hold Bitcoin. But at this point, from his point of view, it's much riskier not to be hodling. And he sees a lot of potential upside. Let's keep going. Second piece of news out of 5. Chainlink has just reached a milestone with 777 integrations. So here are the details. Convergence Finance, which is a decentralized interchangeable assets protocol converging the world, Chainlink has just hit this historic milestone of their 777th integration. And Chainlink has announced over half of these, 408 of these during 2021 alone. So the most growth has happened this year, and to view all 777 link integrations, we can see the Chainlink ecosystem, basically every single partnership right here. Pretty cool. Chainlink hodlers are loving this. Congratulations to you, but let's keep moving. Before we talk about XRP, I want to share with you the latest hype with NFTs on Ethereum. Loot Creator's experimental Ethereum pet, like a Tamagotchi, dies shortly after launch. Wagmagachi is an on-chain pet that needs plenty of fuel to survive. So despite being launched by the Loot Creator, which was a very successful NFT drop, Loot, despite that, this little guy is dead. Let me share with you why. A virtual on-chain pet died moments after its birth when speculators on crypto Twitter spammed it with care, only to discover that its smart contracts were riddled with bugs. The botched launch of the project, Wagmagachi, shows how its creator, Dom Hoffman, the creator of runaway NFT hits Loot and Blitmap, is so popular that people will ape into his experiments to avoid missing out on the next big thing, even if it doesn't quite work. So take this as a cautionary tale. Be very careful before you put money into projects. And just to be very clear on what Wagmagachi is a single on-chain virtual pet that is kept alive by anyone who sends gas to its smart contract. And if you send him a little ETH, you can then clean him, feed him, play with him, put him to sleep in a nice way, and you can spend gas to boost the pet's stats and keep it alive. If needs are unmet, it can die. So this is just like a Tamagotchi, only you have to spend real ETH if you want to keep these guys alive. And although the first iteration of Wagmagotchi failed, a lot of bugs, after the pet died, Hoffman quickly released a second iteration of Wagmagotchi v2, which is still alive. In just over 3,000 transactions, people have spent over $52,000 in gas fees to tend to the pet. Hoffman did clarify when launching the project that caretakers receive nothing in return besides love tokens. But anyway, this is the latest hype in NFTs. Let me know if any of you are owning or feeding or sleeping a Wagmagotchi, but I'll keep you updated. And next up, fourth piece of news in today's video, out of 5, BinanceUS hires Uber's Brian Schroeder as president ahead of their potential IPO. So indirectly, this is some bullish news for BNB, the token. As announced by Business Wire, Schroeder will oversee the exchange's corporate development, fundraising strategy, product functions, and more in his role as president. And what's his background? Who is this guy now running BinanceUS? Well, he most recently spent 3 years as the head of business development at Ant Group, the owners of China's largest digital payment platform Alipay, where he focused on expanding the company's global partnerships. Before that, he served a similar role as head of strategy and business development at Uber in Asia, and now working at Binance. Schroeder believes that the firm has everything it takes to become the biggest exchange in the US. In a direct quote, "In under 2 years, BinanceUS has established itself as a regulatory compliant, profitable enterprise that serves millions of customers across the country. It is clear to me that BinanceUS has all the right ingredients to become the largest, most successful cryptocurrency and digital assets exchange in the US." So a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for Binance US's, at least, regulatory woes. We will have to see how this plays out. Let's keep moving. Next up, very quick update for Decentraland. Order a Domino's pizza in the metaverse Decentraland and get it delivered straight to your door. See more on United Metaverse. So this is some of the building going on in Decentraland right now. And apparently we can look at OpenSea, and somebody does affirm that their first pizza/food order from the virtual world was delivered in the real world. Crazy to think about the type of, like I said, building going on in these metaverses. Would you do this? Have you done this? Let me know down below. And next up, we have a quick update on Ripple. This is a continuation from our coverage in yesterday's video. The SEC versus Ripple case takes another turn, making investors bullish on XRP. So here are the highlights. Here are why some are bullish. Japanese financial services giant SBI Holdings is launching a crypto asset fund which invests in XRP. Obviously a huge deal. We've mentioned this before. Number 2, there was a spike in address activity noted on September 10th, which did rescue the altcoin's price from plunging further. So a bit of stability. And number 3, the XRP army prepares to represent their interests in the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. So the case is between two parties, the SEC and Ripple, but the XRP holders are prepared to represent their own interests as well. And this comes after both Ripple and the SEC admitting that Ripple owes no fiduciary duty, no financial responsibility to XRP hodlers in the ongoing case. Therefore, the XRP army is ready to represent their own interests in this case on their own. Very, very interesting situation how this is progressing with Ripple versus the SEC, but I'll keep you updated. That is the video. My name's Austin, and we will be at a Dodgers game tomorrow, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the video out, but either way, see you Monday.